Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a blessed day today, and it would be so awesome and be so great if you all can smell smell what I'm smelling right now. I have my little I can't remember what you call them, but they're my little where you put wax in it and it melts and it's scented wax and stuff. But I've got that going and it smells amazing. It's I got cinnamon in there right now, and I love the smell of cinnamon. But anyways, totally off topic, but I just had to bring that up. It smells so good. What we're going to talk about today and have verses on today is about needing guidance. We've all needed guidance. I know I sure have. I need guidance all the time through every step of my life. God is so good as to helping us through it. He walks us. He says in His Word that He will walk us through. Forgot to turn my volume down. Sorry, but He tells us in His Word that He walks us through the valley, through every situation in our lives. He's right there with us, guiding us, and we're going to actually there's a lot of verses in the book two main books on this particular subject is the book of Isaiah and Psalms. And I know especially right now and the past few months of my life, I've needed a lot of guidance as to what to do, which path to take, where to go, how to deal with certain things going on in my life. And turning to His Word and turning my trust to Him has helped out immensely. So let's go ahead and jump into see what Scripture has to say about it. And the first one we're going to actually look up will be Isaiah 58:11. And as always, I invite you to follow along with me if you are so inclined to. And I'm reading from my NLT, and it reads, "The Lord will guide you continually, giving you water when you are dry, and restoring your strength. You will be like a well-watered garden, like an ever-flowing spring." And then the next one, we're hopping over to, it's still in the book of Isaiah, but it's over in chapter 40, verse 31. And it reads, "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." Isaiah 30:21 will be the next one. And it reads, "Your own ears will hear Him. Right behind you a voice will say, 'This is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left.'" Now we're going to jump into the book of Psalms. The first one we're going to read from is Psalm 25:4-5. And I'm just going to stick to this, make this my last one, but I will give you the list of verses that I have here, because there's quite a few, but I will let you, if you're so inclined to, just go ahead and jot them down, and you can look them up and see what God's Word says. Says about needing guidance, and I can promise you there are a lot more verses that speak about needing guidance. These are just some of them. And again, it's Psalms chapter 25, verses 4-5. And it reads, "Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. All day long I put my hope in you." And like as I said before, past few months, I've needed His guidance all my life, but especially past few months, I've had gone through quite a few things, and I'm still kind of going through some things right now, and just really needing His guidance of which path to take. And And we all have. We've been in those situations where it's tough to know. Okay, it's almost like being in that fork in the road. Okay, which path do I need to take? And that's when we just need to turn to God and turn to Scripture and see what God says, see what He has to say, and He will tell us, He will guide us. We just need to trust in Him. Now, I will go ahead and give you the list of scriptures I have on needing guidance, and those scriptures are as follows: Isaiah 58:11, Isaiah 40:31, Isaiah 30:21, Book of Psalms 25:4-5, Psalm 48:12-14, Psalm chapter 5 verse 8, Psalm 32:8, Psalm 31:3. Told you there was a lot of Psalms. And several Isaiahs. Moving along, Psalms 61 verses 1-2, Psalm 143:8, Psalm 73:23-24. Okay, we're changing it up a little bit here. Proverbs 3:5-6. Back to Psalms. Psalm 139:23-24. And last but certainly not least on this list anyways, Isaiah, back to the book of Isaiah 48 verses 17 and 18. As I said before, there are definitely many more verses in the Bible on this particular topic, on every topic that I talk about. So if it does not stop at just these verses, this many verses that I give you. There are many more verses in the Bible. After all, God has 4,000 or 5,000 plus promises in the Bible, so He's going to have so many more verses on these topics that I share with y'all. And please know that I pray for each and every one of you. I know we are all having our own struggles, but I also know we are not alone. We are not alone in this fight. This fight that we are in, and it's not going to stop until God takes care of everything final. It's all final. It's all said and done. So until then, let's continue to pray for one another. Let's continue to be strong, and through prayer and staying close to Christ and in God's Word. As always, I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch Little Old Me. I know you don't have to, but you do. You see my my little mug here, and you click on it and you take time out to watch it, and I appreciate it. But yes, we definitely all need guidance. We need His guidance, and yes, it's always great to talk to family, friends, loved ones, especially other believers, especially those who have more wisdom than us, who are deeper in the faith than we are, and have more wisdom with that than we are. But it's also always it's best to turn to God. We should always turn to God first before we turn to anything else, before we turn to YouTube, before we turn to the internet, before we turn to another person. We should always turn to God first for guidance, and always remain heavily in prayer. Sometimes we have to pray. Sometimes we have to pray for years upon years. Look at the Israelites. Look how long they had to pray for deliverance. What was it, like 400 years? That's crazy. That's it's crazy to think that. Look how many generations they had to go through before God finally answered their prayer. But they didn't give up. They continuously prayed. And that's what we need to do. We need to continuously pray for guidance and for deliverance, and for Him to continue to work in our lives, and our loved ones' lives, and everyone else's lives. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. And like I said, as always, I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch Little Old Me. I know you don't have to. And much love. God bless.